So back with another edition of Fame Game with Rozanne and myself. When one thinks of a hermit, one thinks of a total recluse, obviously, and one that is in a forest far away, under a tree, with beads and meditating. But then when that hermit wears a flamboyant orange sari that belonged to her mother and still brings those beads to Fame Game, aren't we honored? Madam Chandrasena.
I love his descriptions, the way
Thank you.
he describes the guest.
So we cut the hermit out, did we? We did.
Yes, you absolutely did. And it's just for you and Rozanne.
Thank you so much. We honored.
We are honored. So, what's with this sari look? And because I see you
insisted.
with this look all the time, and it's
I wear
fabulous.
sari quite often, and having known you and Kumar for a very long time and being blessed with a great friendship, when Kumar kind of suggested that I wear a vintage or something that comes
A Dillarine
from my...
Munzi's sari, that's what I said.
Exactly, that
Her
comes
mother's.
from my mother. I'm always honored to wear anything that is hers or my grandmother's. So it's a perfect opportunity because I leave the house and work so rarely that most people don't see me in sari. I wear sari to work quite often. And I think I enjoy it because it's one of the most versatile garments, as you know, Rozanne, and very flattering to us in South Asia.
Yes.
Always any color, anything usually works well.
I think with your height, you carry it out also pretty well.
Thank
6
you.
feet something.
I am exactly 6.
I would never stand next to you. No.
I would always with heels though.
Exactly.
Yes, you can.
So, tell us, Dinesh, what is a typical day of Dinesh? Like, we know that you have this special routines, specialized for you. Would like to know a routine, a day's routine.
So I wake up quite early because I have 3 doggies. I used to have 4, but one very sadly passed away. So I wake up with them.
How
which
early is early?
Early,
How early is
probably
early?
about 5 a.m.
Okay.
And that is the start of my day, taking care of what they need to have done. When I was able to go to the gym, I'm recovering from chikungunya at the moment, but when I was able to go to the gym, I would take care of them and then go to the gym, maybe do 30 minutes of cardio, shower, change, and go to work. I'd have my breakfast at work. That would probably be the start of my day. And
Breakfast is what, given your regime?
my breakfast, I'm vegetarian, so lots of legumes, lots of fruits and vegetables. And now after I got unwell and I'm in recovery after my protein by adding more egg. But generally that's the start, and I get to work by 7:45 because I like to be at work early, and I get more done. Then my work day continues, come back home, back to my doggies, back to my books, back to watching Al Jazeera, CNN, whatever I'm doing, and I'm usually asleep by 8:30 p.m.
So Vivi Winky has come and knocked and gone.
Knocked
Half an
and
hour
gone,
later.
and stardust has been sprinkled,
Okay.
and I'm unconscious.
So, if you have to go out, what does it take to get
Get you
ready
out.
and
Well, to get me out, it takes Rozanne and Kumar, number one.
We're honored. We certainly are,
That's why
actually.
I'm here. But also, I think it has to be very personal, family related or very close friends, who are very few. And if it's something of theirs, of course, I show support. I'm there for them. Same with work. So if it's work related, I do it. And I do it with pleasure because that's my responsibility. But I think at 53, I've got to a point in my life where it's kind of a been there, done that for me. So going out socially and being seen, I have no desire for that. So usually priority is because it's an important person or persons.
preparation?
preparation is very quick. I never get my hair and makeup done by other people.
Why?
Because I'm very comfortable doing my own, and I feel that for people, I'm sure Rozanne
very
would agree.
Minimal, yes.
Minimal, and also
Very
I'm sure
minimal,
even
unlike
Rozanne
Rozanne.
would agree that if you're comfortable in your own skin, you don't
Even
need
I don't like anyone touching my face.
other people doing it. And as Rozanne also said, it's very minimal, and that's very quick. So shower, dress, go.
You used to run along the roads in the morning for fitness.
Yes.
But why do you stop?
Firstly, I want to be alive.
Okay.
So it's a bit difficult when there are vehicles who don't follow road rules.
They will crash.
Exactly.
Watching you.
Exactly. And well,
They watch you and they crash. Okay, so
I mean, that's very kind of you, but they don't believe that a crosswalk is for you to cross. They believe you should risk your life and limb in order to cross a road. Pavements are always options for cars when they feel that there's traffic. And even though I used to run facing traffic, which is how it's supposed to be, it was quite dangerous, and I used to do it very early, 4:45 in the morning, and I found it a bit precarious and
A lot of perverts on the
did
road.
any of
Exactly, and
those
not worth it.
respectable cars try to pick you up?
Cars, bikes, people walking. I mean, you name it. It's just
The
that
shoo.
exactly. And I actually asked this man, because a lot of people assume, looking at me, that I'm maybe not from here, and he made the sounds you just did. And I turned, and I speak fluent Sinhala. I asked him, "Are you a snake?" In Sinhala.
Okay.
I said, "Oh, Sarpekta," and he got such a shock because he didn't expect me to speak
Speak in
Sinhala, and with no accent, nothing. I mean, I speak very fluent Sinhala. So, I mean, that doesn't bother me per se, as long as you're safe. But I think more the vehicles and like physical safety of running on the road. Streets are maybe not even.
You don't have to run, you just walk from X to Y. And
Exactly.
Then you get, being shooed at.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Or you can be indoors and shoot at.
I believe the older viewers watching us would be waiting for this question and wondered why I waited for 8 minutes. Tell us about your transition.
Well, it was just the authentic, I would say, natural process for me, where anyone who knows me, as you and Rozanne do for a very long time, it came as no surprise, because it was the natural process of being authentic. Now, I've said this to you guys on a personal basis also. Authenticity is very important to me. I think life is too short to go through it play acting. I don't have energy to do a kabuki dance and pantomime for anyone. I believe that I need to be true to myself, and I have the most loving, kind, benevolent family around me who have been so supportive. I have great friends who I can count maybe on one hand, who've been the same. And I didn't make anything of my life a statement. Because as I say, it's a facet of life, it's not life. So I'm an educator, I'm a fashion designer, I'm a creative director, I'm an aunt, I'm a sister, I'm a daughter, and I happen to transition. So it's not like,
That is the core thing.
that is the core, and it's not a banner thing either, because being a doggy parent, I don't make it a banner thing. So it's just part of life.
You haven't changed your name. That original name
exactly
is still there.
It's still there because, again, my parents gave it to me. And I have immense respect and love for my parents. And I think my very closeness to my mother, and she chose my name. Also, my name is a derivative of the sun god. And my surname is, it means army of the moon.
The moon.
Chandrasena.
Yes.
And I thought what bigger compliment? I have the sun, moon, and stars.
Yeah.
So
Why change?
Oh, wow. I never thought of that.
yeah, so why change? And I'm very comfortable. You know, I have an identity. It's
And people
I
who
am.
want to accept you can do so.
Exactly.
People who do.
But that's for all of us.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever your life is, it's up to people to embrace and ensconce you. Anyone who is not willing, it's their prerogative. It's
Exactly.
freedom.
Yeah.
They can not like you. I always say, you don't like how I look away. You don't like what I'm saying, don't listen.
True.
Nobody's forced to do anything.
It's a personal choice.
Do you have hate aimed at you? Social
Don't
media?
we all?
Hmm.
Yes, of course we do.
Exactly.
How
This
do you
show has
handle,
brought me
how
hate,
do you
by
handle
the way.
it?
How to handle hate? Yes.
I don't. Because, like, for example, Rozanne, if someone is mean-spirited, it's just a reflection of who they are. It's nothing to do with me. So, I believe in kindness and benevolence, and I am a Christian, but I follow a lot of the Buddhist teachings. I meditate, as you know, it's a daily ritual, if not more than once a day. And I think anyone who is negative, it's a basic mirror of their own negativity, and that's being projected onto you. So whether it be to Kumar, whether it be to you, to me, to anyone, it doesn't reflect you, it reflects them. So I don't handle it, I don't respond, I don't engage. I always think it's their freedom.
Yeah, I think engaging with it gives them a
Power.
leverage, a
Yeah.
higher leverage. So
Exactly.
Oh,
And
black.
power.
take note, yeah.
Ladies, both of you, being a single woman and a divorced woman, how difficult is it to handle Colombo out there? Well, you're a hermit, but you're not a hermit.
I am partially hermit. You took
But-
me out of it.
Okay,
Sorry,
you being
asked-
here makes my life easier.
You ask about how do I handle
Handle,
Colombo?
handle. You know.
Rozanne, you want to start?
Well, I have become this person that I'm comfortable with now, and I don't want to change it for anything on earth. So if anybody wants to engage with me, they have to fit into my schedule, my routine, my
So-
patterns, and you have partially fitted in. So shush, let's go to her.
I agree 1000% with Rozanne because, I mean, I'm much older than her, but in our, I would say, phase of life or phases of life, we're so comfortable in our own skin, and dating or going out or whatever, as we were saying, is not a priority. Always open to it, and if someone wants to come into my life, or Rozanne's or yours or anybody's, they need to make that effort. Like, it's never 50-50, we know that, but at least it has to be 60-40. It can't go beyond 70-30, because then it's just one person doing all the work.
But stuff like you're anorexic and you're too fat. No, if somebody says,
How
not me.
rude.
No, it's not me, not me.
Right.
Someone says it. I'm sure they say it to you.
Yeah, I get
20
it.
years
a lot.
after your
I
crown.
I get it.
Don't you get pissed off for
No.
God's sake?
No. Like she said, been there, done that, experienced it, and now I'm happy, content. And if you're full of contentment, you don't need validation from people. You don't need them to give you that
Boost.
validation. Yeah. You
And the
don't.
kick that you've responded, okay? No, that they get a kick that you've responded
They
to their.
do, but
whatever.
just to follow on to what Rozanne was saying, I mean, she's a former Miss Sri Lanka. She's done the ramp, she's worn the crown, she's lived such a full, vibrant life that, whether she wants to accept what people say, don't accept, that's her prerogative. And again, when people say anything like, you're too skinny, you're too large, you're too tall, you're too short, it's just a reflection of their own insecurities. And it's nothing to do with the person. Because we don't live life to fit into their mold of what they want to see, ideally.
Then it's not our life, it's their life. Why live somebody else's life?
Exactly.
This lady and I once had an argument on WhatsApp late one night about the word couturier.
Yes.
Yeah.
Couturier as in fashion designer or what. It's a French word. Could you enlighten me once again? them out there. Couturier.
About couturier. So, for example, as Kumar knows, and some of you may know and Rozanne knows, there's a thing called the Chambre syndicale de couture de Parisienne, which is the French governing body of fashion. Now, to use the word couture or haute couture or couturier, you need to be a registered member of that governing body. It's like saying you're a doctor without being part of the medical fraternity. So if you are a member of the Chambre syndicale, you can call yourself a couturier, or you can say, I'm showing my couture collection. Just to add on to that, Kumar, and you know this, to use that word, you have to be registered and approved by them. You have to show in Paris at Couture Fashion Week. You have to have a showroom in Paris. You have to make your clothes in Paris. And minimum finishing has to be done there, and fittings, and everything has to be done by hand. A sewing machine cannot touch a couture garment. So, exactly. So when I see or hear of people's couture collections,
couture collections.
So you are also partially.
She corrected me.
Okay.
No, because
Now, having said that, sorry.
Right.
So France controls who
Yes.
is a couturier
yes,
and not.
yes.
Not Italy.
No. Because if you take brands like, let's say, Versace or Giorgio Armani Privé that are considered couture, they've been approved by the Chambre syndicale, but they're Italian brands.
Okay, so it's somebody who's not a doctor whom we call a doctor,
Which we shouldn't.
which we shouldn't.
Yeah. I mean, you can have a witch doctor, you can have all that who claim to be doctors, but they're not doctors unless you're part of that
So
board.
everyone in Sri Lanka who's using that word is not.
Are you saying that we do not have a couturier in Sri Lanka?
Do we? Anyone
I'm
you
asking
know?
you.
No, but anyone you
Who
know
fits into
is-
that mold?
Well, unless they're members of the Chambre syndicale, they're not. It's very simple.
No, are you?
I'm not. But I don't show
Okay.
a couture collection. If I
Okay.
did, I'd be showing at Couture Fashion Week in Paris. I'm a designer.
I learned
Next time you undertake MC.
You also? Don't use the word couture.
Make sure that you correct them so that you're not at fault.
Yeah. The only one who will correct me is this one.
No,
So,
but I
for
think
sure.
it's also where maybe people are not aware. You
It's a
can't
license
blame
with
people,
words.
but you can't blame people for
But it's better to get to know, research, to find out before you use certain terms.
It's like words. Now, Kumar is obviously very fluent in French. And if you don't know, like I tell my design students, Paul Poiret, Madeleine Vionnet, there are certain older brands that the pronunciation is not obvious because they are not household names. But you can learn that. And that's part of your professionalism, is to learn the right pronunciation. Same with any language.
It's for sure.
With Sinhala, with Tamil.
There's Duolingo for that,
Exactly.
by the way. Duolingo helps you a lot.
So I also wanted to ask you, Dinesh, that you can see a rise of fashion schools these days, right? But I don't see the quality from these designers anymore as we used to see. See, I have been modeling for
Since age of 5.
not really. no, I'm not 30 years in whatever.
Oh,
but,
here we go.
You look it.
What I wanted to ask you was, why isn't there's quantity, but there's no quality in work? What is the reason?
Well, the campus I'm academic director at, College of Fashion and Design, was founded by Ajay Veer Singh, who also is the founder of Colombo Fashion Week, Ceylon Literary Festival, among many others. And right now he's also part of the training academy for AC Milan. So young football aficionados in Sri Lanka, young kids get a great opportunity. So this campus, we're 3 years old, and you haven't seen graduates from our campus yet. I am very conscientious under Ajay's guidance and aegis to make sure that our students are international standards. And what I mean by that is I always tell my students, I have great colleagues, Udeni and Nilupuli, who are, my right and left hand, as I always say. And we tell them, you're not just planning to show in Sri Lanka. You need to be able to do fashion week in New York, in Milan, in London, in Paris, in Tokyo, wherever. So your outlook, Rozanne, needs to be international. And this is any profession, I think. You could be an architect, you could be an interior designer, a model, a chef. You need to have a global outlook because our world is shrinking, our world is small. You can be a designer in Sri Lanka and do a project for someone in Rome. Online, do the conversations, everything, and then put out the collection. So I think underlining the importance of international and very high standards, like we offer an Italian degree and we offer a British degree. So it's keeping up to those standards and making sure just because you're in Colombo doesn't mean you are playing down the importance of the international outlook.
So when you tell them to design for an international market, do you look at mass productions or do you look at
Few pieces.
or customized few pieces? What do you focus on?
Generally, we start off like I teach a module called Fashion Design 1, which is we start with basically the 9-head figure, which is the most basic drawing. It's called the 9-head figure. It's the croquis. It's the basic drawing, and like I joke and say, most human beings are 7 heads, except for me, I'm probably 9 heads. But that's a fashion drawing. It's 9 heads in length. And so we teach from the beginning, from the inception, and think globally. But as you were asking, Rozanne, we tell students to move in directions that are comfortable to them. So there might be designers who are prone to children's wear, to athleisure, to ready-to-wear, to menswear, to nightwear. Nightwear as in lingerie, and it could be evening wear, it could be bridal, it could be for the differently abled market. So we
The
never
differently
tell,
abled market. Okay,
Yes.
that's an interesting market.
it's part of life.
No, and also, like you correctly said, there is a market for operations after they are surgical
Absolutely.
operations.
Like maternity wear.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a huge
Like even
segment.
after chemotherapy,
Exactly.
there's a big market for that.
Exactly. So there are brands that create for mastectomy, post-mastectomy,
Yes.
where the
Really?
padding is
Yes.
Where
I'm
the-
actually doing a show in November.
where the padding is done correctly, where you might have a double mastectomy or single, and you are able to function in the world without being insecure about it. So it's the designer needs to choose what area they're comfortable in. Of course, I always tell everyone you can't be a couturier in Sri Lanka and you can't show couture, but you can do evening wear.
You can do practical
bridal,
garments, yeah.
of course. And I always say, even when we see shows being publicized here, you can say couture inspired,
Yes.
Okay, couture
So that's a
inspired.
good thing for you.
right?
That's a nice line.
Or if you're going to be really pedantic, you can say couture adjacent. I mean, whatever you want.
It's a bit too ambitious. No, adjacent is like,
I
I'm
mean-
almost there, but I'm not there. Hey.
but couture inspired collections, because it's really important to, like we were saying, authenticity. If you are who you are and you're true to who you are, I believe in just be, as in be easy. And life is too short to worry about trying to fit in.
You've also shown at CFW
Yes.
as a designer.
Yes.
So are you couture inspired or are you couture adjacent? Where would you
I am
rank
couture
yourself?
nothing because
That's being very modest.
because I did a sustainable collection. I used one of the collections was sustainable, where it was bamboo fabric. We used non-couture porcelain discards, filed down into small pieces as beading, and discarded twine from shops for embroidery. And that was 100%.
That's a lot of work.
But it was sustainable.
Yeah.
Another collection I did was swimwear, and none of it was anywhere near couture. It was just a
Practical,
Ready to
functional.
wear.
practical,
yeah.
functional collection.
You don't want to showcase again?
I beg your pardon?
You don't want to showcase again?
Oh, of course. I mean, it's just a lot of work, and Ajay and Fazina maintain a very,
Yeah,
good
high
standards.
standards, yes.
Exactly. And I think it's really important that you are in a position to spend that time and not just do it for the sake of doing it.
Talking
Any
about talking about sustainability, there is an increase of batik productions these days, and it's growing and growing, and everyone wants to do batik. What's your take on that?
I think it's great. I mean, there's room for everyone. You get the pioneers like Sri Lanka, Bhuti Batiks and
Sonali.
Sonali Dharmavardhana. Again, it's just making sure that, I mean, they're all very creative. If it's sustainable, it's the dyes you use. It's also how you discard. Like
Effluents, poisoned water, how does...
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they are, but it's where if you're...
Why everyone's trying to be careful now? They are
Exactly.
looking at
They're making a huge
precautions,
effort. But if you're using dyes and it's being dipped in water, what's happening to the water? How is it disposed of? What about cut-offs? Are you making accessories, which I know people like Darshi do it, Sonali, they do beautiful. At the recent CFW, Sonali showed pieces from years ago, which was awesome.
So recycling, reusing.
Exactly. And it shows the longevity of batik. It's been around a long time and it will be around for a long time. I love batik. I wear a lot of it. So, yeah.
You take the one before the last question.
No, I also wanted to ask this from Dinesh. I mean, we've had private conversations on, various private matters. What is your love language?
My love language is basically be who you are and be kind. Make sure that you don't prejudge. You can't say anything until you walk a mile in their shoes. Don't assume. Don't pre-diagnose. I give everyone, it's not just love language, I think in life I give everyone a clean sheet of paper. You write your story. I don't assume anything. Just because you're A, B, C, D, E, F, G doesn't mean that I have an assumption. I'm like, that's great for you, but that's not our equation. So, yeah.
What is your love language?
I think about it. I'm not having the word love in my life for me at this particular time. So
as of today, today's young.
So maybe my love language will change on the person.
Exactly. It's evolving.
Yeah, it's
like
evolving.
We are.
Yeah, we have to evolve.
Exactly.
With love especially. You learn and let bygones be bygones.
Yeah.
That's the best way out. So our last question, Madam Chandrasena, on the show. We brought the hermit out. Honored to have you here today. Lots of
As am
spoken
I.
about.
Thank you for having me.
So, being who you are and what you were and who you are on a journey in life, if anybody out there has access to Madam Chandrasena's mobile phone, can you continue?
I think
Pandora's box.
No, I think all of us have.
It's not your fault, huh?
No. What I mean is, all of us have people who may like us or dislike us. It's a flip side of the same coin. I think it's how you do it. So if someone knows me, or if someone wants to know me, or you or Rozanne, there's a I think a way of doing it where it's not offensive, it's not crass, it's not tacky. As we've discussed, I mean, there are people who do things the right way.
Yeah.
And they've been very, very honorable and very kind when I was unwell, etc. So there are good people out there, and we should be open to that, but do it right with anything. That's my take, Kumar.
The most important question. So we spoke of you as being a single woman,
Right.
but then you are also, what do I say, connected to Indian royalty. If I may partially spill the beans, will you continue that line, please, and then we can say our goodbyes?
I'm connected to a lot of people, including some affluent people, and everything in life, Kumar and
Some generous
Rozanne,
people also.
is
Generous people.
is one day at a time.
Yeah.
I think again because I'm again 53 years old, where I don't assume, I don't take things that are not at face value. If you're good to me today and nice to me today, thank God. I'm appreciative. God bless you. If you decide tomorrow you're going to delete my number and not be in touch, thank God and God bless you. So
It doesn't change you.
No, and there's no projection of the future. I'm not a clairvoyant. I don't have the magic cards that tell me what next week, next month, next year bring. I just pray for good health for my sister Danushka, my niece Behani, my stepdad Uncle Firoz, my 3 awesome doggies, and the people I love. So I think it's such a blessing to know you are loved and to give love in return. So the person you're referring to, a wonderful human being, very kind, very generous, very decent, very good person. So as are most of the people I have in my life, through work or otherwise. So let's wait and see.
We'll wait.
Great pleasure talking to you.
Thank you.
Inspiring talking to you. You are such a
I think
diplomat.
30 minutes is not enough with Dinesh. We
Yeah.
should
Do
come
part
have
2.
coffee and spill the tea.
Exactly.
without the cameras.
Exactly.
Without the lights.
Because
Where we can go into
we can't
details.
filter that much.
Exactly.
So, till next time.
Thank you,
Thank you so
darling.
much.
Thank you
Thank
very
you for
much,
being
Kumar and Rozanne, for having me. And it's
Pleasure.
always a pleasure. Looking forward to spilling tea,
So
coffee, and
really,
everything else.
I looked at Dinesh for the longest time, I think today.
Same here.
And her smile. Wow. Actually, I noticed only today. And
Thank you.
I'm going
Thanks
to
to
get
my mother.
I'm going to get
It's
bashed
such an
for this statement, but it's okay. No problem. It's your prerogative, by the way. I've always said that if ever you took part in a Mrs. Sri Lanka, you would be among the top 5, and you might even have won it. That's my
no,
personal
yeah,
point of
not
view.
top 5. I think you've been.
Yeah, I know,
hands down.
and even with this statuesque walk and your Nefertiti profile, so bash me. It's part of the game.
That's
Fame
it.
game. It's
Maybe
part of the
Miss
game.
Universe.
Yes, why not?
Miss Universe is open now.
The Hermit will never come out.
Maybe
It should always be-
rewind 35 years and it could have been a possibility.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
We'll never end this show.
No, so
Thank you
let's not-
and goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye, everyone. Thank you.